Zordar talia bande, come on, that's gonna be most interesting session of the day, I believe. And yes, with that, over to you, Ms. Shraddha. Let's just make it more interesting with your presence. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I hope, the mic is working perfectly. So we're going to talk about something really, really interesting today. And I'm sure you guys must have attended a lot of panel discussions and fireside chats. So I thought, why don't we do it a little more fun? Because we need to have some energy within the team itself, right? So what we're talking about today is Vama. Vama is a virtual astrology and mandir app, right? It's basically making your entire spiritual journey a lot more easier, comfortable, and convenient. In this, they have two key aspects. One is to do with astrology, and the second one is to do with puja services, or even, virtual puja if you're looking forward to go to a mandir. We have Manu here with us. Manu is the founder of Vama app, and one of the best things that I read about Manu was he was able to drive it to the scale that it is today because of one single word called as Junoon. You guys are all in India, so I'm not converting that into passion. Oops, I just did it. But that's what he was able to do it for, right? So let's hear it from Manu. Tell us, what is this app all about? And it's a very unique idea, right? While it's very ingrained in our country, but looking at the fact that everybody is copying West, why did you think an app like Vama would work in a country like India?
Thank you for having me, and thank you for Junoon. I think it's a no-brainer, yeah. This faith hasn't existed before millennia for us, right? I was surprised that no one else has done it till now. Look at any temple, the TAM, we say. The TAM is bigger than anything else. Tirupati's one-day collection is equal to whatever any startup is doing in the year. So it was literally a no-brainer for us. I come from a background of working at telecom operators. I've seen this business, I'll tell you the number, right? Like astrology for Airtel, Vodafone, Idea was doing $100 million a year, right? I used to head content for Aircel. And I'll tell you another stat. Paytm's first business, Vijay's first business was an astrology call center, right? So I think the market was there. We had seen this, me and my co-founders had seen this market very closely, very passionate about solving this. One of my co-founder is Acharya. He's a third generation astrologer, PhD in astrology. And I think between three of us, we have been looking at this business for about 10 years at telecom operators. So we were literally very surprised no one had solved it for us. We feel this is the last frontier which hasn't come online yet. So that's why we started Vama.
Very interesting. Do you guys also start any service after you look at your patris and take out a date and a time?
Always. Why? How else are we co-founders?
Nice, very nice. So as a person, do you believe that it is very important to do hard work, or do you think if the stars align, things will happen?
Wow. I think hard work, definitely. But everyone in this room does hard work, right? Stars don't align for all of us at the same time.
The labor also does hard work.
Yeah, the labor also does hard work. I think I have worked harder in jobs than I have done now, but for some reason the results now are better. The stars definitely need to align.
Awesome. So you think that I should just show my patri to Acharya-ji
100%,
and ask him where am I getting the next investment?
VIP package for founders.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to just ask him when I'm getting the next investment, and I'm not going to slog for 14 hours a day and then just chill. Talking about investments, I read, and I'm very proud to say this, that you're one of the first ones to get investment from Wavemaker in India in the B2B AI segment. How did you get that? First, what date and time did you do it at? And then how did you get it?
Yeah, that's interesting actually. So we are Wavemaker's first investment. Wavemaker is one of the world's top early stage investments. They have never done a deal in India in their 8 years of investing. We are fortunate to be them, and they usually do B2B AI startups. So I remember in my IC, the founder of Wavemaker said that there is an AI bet, and this is my anti-AI. This is a business. An astrologer is not going to be replaced by AI. A mandir is not going to be replaced by AI, right? While the world moves to AI, there is still a market. There is still a business that's going to be built here. I think Wavemaker is a founder-friendly fund. maybe the stars aligned, and they also have regional large plays. For them, this was one of the biggest markets that hasn't been tapped into its potential, right? You'll be very surprised that Kylie Jenner has done an investment into a Christianity app, right? It's called Hollow and Glorify, right? So while Christianity super apps are existing now in the West, and Hinduism is now the second most popular religion, so why not for this, right? So I think that's why they saw the market, they saw the team, and yeah, that's why magic happens.
Interesting. And help me understand where is majority of your business coming from? Is it astrology or it is the puja services?
Yeah, so we started as an astrology marketplace, just like one of the other competitors doing astrology. Quickly realized when you go to an astrologer, the astrologer says, okay, either wear a gemstone or get a puja done. The kind of founders we are, we thought gemstone kabhi bhi bana lenge yaar, kya issue hai? Mandir difficult problem hai, we'll go solve it. So tried building on mandir. The business, strangely, we had thought the mandir will, or the puja service will be like a value add. We quickly realized that that's where the bulk of the business is. There are temples in India, Shraddha, and we went to Ujjain. Everyone knows Mahakal, it's a big epic Shivji temple. We went to a temple very close to it called Navgrah Shanti Mandir. The temple has a GMV of about 300 crores a year only from astrology-led pujas.
I'm shutting this business on.
Right, so we thought the hypothesis is there are 100 such temples that exist in this country. Can we get 10% of that GMV on our platform? Right.
Oh, that's very interesting. So you're saying puja services are becoming a lot more important. I thought astrology would be bigger, but this is very interesting now. How many of you go to any kind of mandir? And do you go to one of those pilgrimages, Khatu ji, Sham ji, Tirupati ji? You have a nice package here. He's gonna leave some coupons as he's gonna move out, yeah. I actually come from a family where my dadi in Calcutta used to kato sankat, right? So, जिसे हम कहते हैं वो चुड़ैल आ जाती है body में, right? And then she moves her head left, right, center. So I have gone through a lot of those scenes also in my life because I keep seeing these people coming to our home, they come to various mandir and they're doing all of this. And somewhere I lost touch, right? Because I started believing that this is all Fox. And with the films like OMGs and other films, do you think that the current youth, because the median age in India is 28, right? It's not older, unlike other countries, still believes in the kind of services that you guys are offering? And do you think that your business is coming from older generations or NRIs or, or is it coming from younger ones?
Yeah, so our app is only in India. We haven't launched out NRI yet. While NRIs are really smart, especially the kids, they have a VPN, they're able to hack and they're able to access, right? India, Jugaad always exists. So our median age is 23. Right? These are tier 1, tier 2 people. You'll be really surprised, right? And maybe you shouldn't, right? Like T-Series is the most subscribed YouTube channel, 250 million. Right, and they're fighting every day, right? Yeah. What content do they post? It's religious content. This is the content, like if you were to go on Instagram, you will see more spirituality-led reels than anything else, right? It's a buzzing content. COVID has been a huge catalyst for this. We see users starting from 19 years, going up to 35, 40. It's very difficult to get above 50 audience on the internet. That audience is difficult to capture, difficult to get, right? But to tell you honestly, love-related questions of 21 years old are what astrology apps in this country are working for, right?
They are opting for puja services.
100%.
Wow.
I think, look, faith has always existed, right, for people. For Hindus, even now, I think it is coming out in the open. And you see what is happening at Ayodhya, right? I was at Dev Dipavali at Kashi, right? There are 20 lakh people on one day in a small city to just see Dev Dipavali. Right?
So if I have to go to Tirupati tomorrow, how much will you charge?
Not gone to South India yet, but yeah, we'll talk.
Okay. And how many mandirs do we have on your app?
So we are about 250 temples
wow.
Currently, yeah.
Imagine now instead of grocery stores, mandirs are getting aggregated.
Yeah, so look, so temple, so what for me, temple B2 is like a B2B SaaS that I'm getting
Yeah,
online,
absolutely.
right? Like, so I'm building a platform where I'm digitally enabling temple. Someone said immersive and AR. We are building that. We are building an immersive temple experience on our app. Not AR yet, but 100% immersive.
That's actually very interesting. So let's look at your astrology service because we are in the subject of saying that you are offering what consumers love them, and that's why any product existed in the market, right? I've always heard astrology is more about one-to-one rather than the only newspaper columns or magazine columns that we used to see earlier, right? How do you think astrology in your case works? Because I'm from Etel too.
Yeah.
I know Dream Girl sequences that we've all watched. I genuinely believe the astrology that we get on a call is not astrology, it's something else for sure.
Yeah, so look, each one to its own. I think we are very conscious. We have had 80% male, 20% female astrologers. We spun it around. And because we come from that background of seeing that dream girl sequences very well, like the Airtel CEO getting picked up by police,
Yeah.
right? We never want to even venture into that, right?
Sure.
I think, and the other thing is that when you go to a temple, पुजारी सबसे पहले ना ऐप खोलता है आपकी, वो कहता है कि ये आप है जिसमें सनी लियोन एडवर्टाइजर है, हम कहते हैं नहीं सर ये हम नहीं है, हमारी ऐप ये है, right? So we are in the business of more temples than astrology, right? So we are authentic astrology. Haven't gone there. I think India as a country is more one-on-one. The Western world still likes to read text-based horoscopes. There are apps like CoStar, Pattern, very popular. India लोगों को बात करनी है ना, हम बचपन से, and you know it is ingrained in us, right? Like घर पे जब बच्चा पैदा होता है, एक एस्ट्रोलॉजर आता है, बताता है बच्चे की कुंडली है. We are all used to it, right?
Absolutely, and we enjoy it.
We enjoy it, absolutely.
Yeah. So get that. I think that's an interesting take, and we were having this conversation before the session also. That I thought it would be a good topic to have and see. Where do you think your entire business going? Will it be a lot more B2C to B, like basically from offline to online, more like an omni-channel strategy? Or do you think it would be picking up a lot more online, like people will be doing pujas on the app itself, they'll be listening to bhajans? I didn't remember my Ganesh ji and Lakshmi ji aarti, to be very honest. I played it on YouTube. In fact, I hear my Karwa Chauth puja also on YouTube. Girls, do you hear Karwa Chauth on YouTube? No? Oh, okay, I hear it every time on YouTube. So where do you think it will be going on?
Yeah, so on my vision board, right, there is digital, there is phygital, there is physical, right? So we are solving for digital today, where you have e-puja, e-astrology. We'll solve for e-commerce, where you might get a rudraksh of a temple blessed delivered to you at some point. But in the end, definitely going after the offline market. Religious tourism is one of the biggest industries that we will try to take a dab for. Like I always draw parallel to the super app in India that exists in payments is Paytm. If Paytm is for payments, can Vama be for spirituality, right? That's what we're trying to hope for.
That's very interesting. Help me understand, let's say, in this entire space of puja and astrology, what next could be an obvious extension from a perspective of when you hear a lot of surveys or when you talk to your customers, what are the kind of demands that they're putting through you to improve your app further?
Yeah, so I think we don't have a lot of content today. Like you said, can you do a Diwali puja with us? So people want two things, right? People want to go to temples. People want a priest or a havan to happen at their home. Can I make that journey better? A lot of people in India do a daily puja, right? आपके घर पे भगवान होता है, तो आप घर से निकलने से पहले आप हाथ जोड़ के बाहर आते हो. Some people, my mother would do a 30-minute puja, right? Some of us might still do it. Can I be part of that? So a lot of people say that Diwali aati hai, nuclear families, they don't know how to do the Diwali puja. Can a priest do that live stream with them and they can do the Diwali puja with them? So I think we will get a lot into guided virtual pujas, right?
And this time, I don't know if anybody tried, but I remember one of my aunties, a neighbor, was telling me that during Diwali, she wanted to just go to the local market in Malviya Nagar, and she wanted to procure some flowers, some things that the pujari said, and she could not because it was really jam-packed. And she was surprised to the fact that she just opened Swiggy. Yeah. And she got literally the fool, the pattas, the suparis, etc. In like, they came in poly bags, right? It was like that. Are you looking forward to have, let's say, oh, this is your package where you get all the stuff, this is your step-by-step approach, like the guided puja you're talking about, and get into such kind of e-commerce delivery
No,
mechanism
100%.
also?
The spirituality market is so big that we have to think, okay, what will we solve for today, right? Like as founders, we wake up on the way and I'll say, यार, उस मंदिर के बाहर बहुत लाइन है, वो करते हैं, right? You come to office and you say, अच्छा, प्रसाद करते हैं, right? It is a function for us. How can we build our funnel of users well? I think we are solving for predominantly today at a top level funnel of astrology and astrology-led pujas. We can do pujas, then we go deeper into, okay, can I also do prasad? Can I also do things that help you every day, right? Like I said, we'll do everything in this space.
Interesting, interesting. Do we have any questions from the audience? Anybody wants to ask, except for the fact that how much money are you going to make in the next 5 years? I think we have good stuff to be, it's a very interesting space. Anyone? No one?
Everyone's waiting for lunch.
So all of you can raise your hand. We'll pass on the mic to the designated person. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. We'll pass on the mic.
Everybody's sorted with their astrology. Bhatia, you want to ask anything? Bhatia believes in astrology a lot, I'm aware of. But okay, great. I think it was a great session. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for them. And I think the end deserves a very nice, beautiful picture. So I would like to request you to please come forward for a picture. Thank you so much. With that, we all know that it's time to go for the lunch. But before you all proceed towards the lunch area, there is a special announcement for all of you. Well, if you can see, there is a wonderful, infamous painting exactly outside. अगर आपने देखी होगी, हमारी मजनू जी की painting बाहर रखी हुई है, right? So you know what? You might win one Alexa. On behalf of the team, but to do that, all you need to do is आपको एक liner वहाँ पर लिखना होगा, and I think the team would be able to help you that. So just a basic announcement for all of you कि अगर आप बाहर lunch area में जा रहे हैं, don't forget to visit that infamous painting. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, we are open for lunch. Would like to request you all to please proceed towards lunch area. We'll assemble back in next 45 minutes.